What's up, everybody? It is Ebontis. I don't know if this is going to be a worthwhile uploading video for TWAB, but at least I'm going to read it live, so we'll see what happens. It's officially been over a month since Witch Queen launched. Savathun has been defeated. Rolk dished out some literal kicks to the face in Vow of the Cypher. Worms have been launched, weapons have been crafted, and Guardians have dug deep into the seasonal story, which is also basically now over. We've had an Accolades trailer released this week with some fun quotes about the experience of playing the expansion. We're proud where Witch Queen landed, and we're even thankful for those who jumped into play. Don't get us wrong, the train doesn't stop with some nice quotes about the game. The future is bright, and we have work to do as we reach further into the stars. Season of the blank is just a couple of months out. And again, we're about 2 months out, because what is it, the 24th of May where we get the next one? So we're about 2 months out. Team is hard at work tying down work items and jamming through test phase passes. Once we get a little deeper into the season, we'll start talking about what's to come in sandbox updates, general quality of life passes, and more. We have a few beats on the calendar to hit before then, spread between Grandmasters, Gambit Labs, Trials Labs, and Guardian Games. Next week is a bit packed, as we're spending some time this week breaking it down. Mechs versus Monsters Evolved. What? Oh. Well, we're reaching spring. It's already time for us to start thinking about fall on the development team. We had a great deal of fun last year with the armor set community vote, dinosaurs versus monsters. Truth be told, we didn't know what to expect. After 200,000 votes, Team Dino won with 81% of the vote. Damn, that wasn't even close. We'll always look back fondly on the wave of memes and fun that came around, looking forward to Festival of the Lost 2022. I hope they update Festival of the Lost, because Mercury, very gone. This year, we're hosting our second community vote, Team Mechs and Team Monsters. It's all about to begin. Players will have the opportunity to vote for a featured armor ornament set in the Eververse, available to earn with Bright Dust or purchase with Silver. Anyone who casts a vote for either set and has played since February 22nd will qualify for unique emblem. So if you vote and you've played since Witch Queen, you can get an emblem. So go vote. Monsters are clawing back, and after a long soak in some radioactive waste, they seem to have evolved. Emerging once more in caves, lagoons, and spoiled oceans of our world, monsters are looking to make a comeback this year. Dinos, you may have won last year, but watch your backs. These monsters may be coming to secure the win. I'll actually show the back side of the cloaks. So you've got... So again, that's a very specific monster that I don't know what the one on the left is for the Titan. Somebody mentioned it before and I can't remember. This one, it looks kind of bird-like with like fire in the mouth. This one basically looks like the dinosaur's back. It's just like a mechanical dinosaur. It seems like the Godzilla mechanical thing that we saw in the most recent movie. I could not tell you what the other two are by name, but these are the monsters at least. I like the cloak for the hunters, I'll be honest. That's actually kind of cool. Just the dinosaur T-Rex helm and the chain down and the metal down the back. And these are mechs. These are literally Gundam. Do you want Gundam in the game? This is 100% yeah. I can thank my brother for my knowledge about Gundam anything, and that is 100% what this is. So in mechs, they mean like anime Gundam fighters. Mechs, somebody's like mechs all day. It is a unique look, I will definitely say, for Destiny. See? Gundam. Chat's already telling me. So Gundam being the unique one probably will win. If there's enough people who enjoy the anime world out there, this will probably win. They may look a little like, somewhat may look flat, but honestly, that is exactly what some of these look like. Especially the Titan. I will say the Titan is your 100% Gundam guy. So my brother will be excited about that one. I'm actually going to have to send that to him just so he can vote. Possible armor set for Destiny in Halloween. It's all up your alley for sure. Shout out to my bro, Stonewolf. I don't know if we'll ever get him on the podcast, but he is definitely a fan of Gundams, and he's the only reason I know about him. All right, so how's this going to work? March 31st, which is today, through April 2nd. Make sure you're signed up for emails from Bungie. Make sure you link your account. Make sure you turn on notifications and email. April 7th, which would be the following week. Watch for your emails and vote. April 13th, polls close. April 19th, the Broken Barriers emblem is distributed to all players who voted. They'll announce the winners in the future. Yeah, the Warlock, they all look kind of cool. I like the Titan, the Warlock helm, you know, definitely unique. All depends on if that's your deal. And this is the emblem. Cool looking emblem. I actually like that one. Just clean. I wonder who makes these emblems, because sometimes you're like, okay, I'm going to start with this little symbol. Okay, now what do I do with the symbol? And they go all over the place with emblems. So it is kind of interesting. We'll also be keeping an eye out for fun community art, of course. Last call for Unbroken. Survival is the name of the game when it comes to our competitive playlist. We offer powerful rewards to players who take on the challenge each season as they reach the powerful cap alongside a slew. For those who wish to display their Crucible mastery, we offer the Unbroken seal and title. It takes 3 full seasons of reaching Legend in the competitive playlist alongside the Triumph requirements to earn the Unbroken seal. This week, we have a short update from the development team on the future availability of the seal. If they're getting rid of the possible Unbroken seal, that also means the competitive playlist could be changing. This will definitely be something to talk about on the podcast. So if you are watching this today, podcast will be tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, right on my YouTube channel right here. For Season 19 release, we are taking a pass on Glory and how players engage with it in the Crucible. So this is when you can expect some type of Crucible playlist update situation. What playlists offer Glory? How do players earn it? What does becoming Legend look like? While we can't answer any of these questions just yet, we wanted to plant a flag in the sand for the time frame. So you have this season, next season, and the final season to get to Legend each season to get the Unbroken seal one time. Otherwise, you will not be able to get it again. As part of an update for Glory, the Unbroken seal and title will be retired. Due to the multi-season requirements for Glory, reach Legend 3 seasons in a row. As I just said, Season 16 right now will be the last season for players to start their journey to Unbroken. As such, we wanted to keep players informed. If you've never done it before, or you're a new player and you want the seal Unbroken through the Glory playlist, now is your time to start. Because next season, you will be too far behind, you will never be able to earn it. As such, we wanted to keep currently the Unbroken seal requirements are significantly more time consuming than any other seal, and we would like to bring it in line with other seals. Players who attain the seal prior to its retirement will still be able to display it, including a gilded count. We are intending on replacing it with a similarly challenging Crucible seal, just with less required multi-season commitment. We will have more information when we get closer to Season 19. So it is looking like Season 19 is going to be the big Crucible rework before we get to Season 20, which will be Nightfall. So that's kind of your time frame to look forward to it. So if you're just starting your march towards Unbroken, now is the time to get your Legend ranks completed. Good to know. This is the week for rituals. Yeah, there's not a lot going on. Do your raids, do your pinnacles, do your powerfuls, all that stuff to get ready for Grandmasters. Next week, we have quite a bit going on in the ritual game of Destiny 2. Grandmaster Nightfalls make their first appearance of the season, along with the first Gambit Labs week. If that's not enough, we also have Trials Freelance, and that I'm looking forward to. If you don't love Trials, or you're not entirely sure if Trials is worth it, Trials is definitely going to be worth it because the weapons in there can have the Alacrity trait, which helps you as a solo player. If you're doing things like solo Lost Sector grinds, or basically anything solo, still a good thing to have. So there's certain times those weapons are going to have major benefits. Alacrity will help with that too, because if you're solo and you're using those weapons, you'll get a nice little benefit. On Tuesday, April 5th, Grandmaster Nightfalls will make their way into Destiny 2. For those who may not have taken on a Grandmaster Nightfall, your required power is 1575. So if you are not 1575 yet, that's what you need to get to. Anything above 1575, so you want to maximize your Pinnacle power and get some bonus seasonal artifact before taking on the challenge. The higher your weapons are, the better. So if you can get 1560-ish weapons, you'll be able to actually at least do more damage. Armor the same way for mitigation. And then the 15 above that you can have from the artifact, anything beyond that is just a bonus. Combatants can take more hits, deal more damage, and are far more aggressive. Yeah, Grandmasters are painful. Champions will appear in many encounters, so be sure to work with your team on loadouts. Revives are limited. Darkness will be slowly encroaching as you get to time. So, what do we have? Of course, what would be the challenge without a little loot? The Conqueror seal and title can be earned. We know that. If you've already completed Conqueror, you'll be able to guild your title. As a reminder, if you are guilding, all Nightfalls will immediately become available to complete. No more waiting until the end of the season, which is, I feel like, not entirely sure working right, but it's fine. Next week, we have the return of some nice Adept rewards, Palindrome and the Plug 1. Plug 1 can get Reservoir Burst. Palindrome is a very popular weapon, and it will be available to drop once you've completed the activity. Adept weapon mods, Ascendant Shards, and Enhancement Prisms can also be earned. Double Vanguard Reputation will also start flowing next week, so if you're still enjoying Reputation rewards from Zavala, it will be a good time to get those, or just check off your ornament if you're going for those. Gambit Labs Invasion Swap. This is weird. Tuesday, Gambit Labs will make its first appearance in Destiny 2. Gotten a slew of bug fixes and some minor tuning done. It's time to hit the labs. Both Gambit matchmaking nodes, main and freelance, will be updated. So both are going to be in the invasion swap. This iteration of Gambit will change up who gets invasion during the moats phase. When a given team reaches 25 and 75 banked moats, the opposing team will be given one invasion. Strategies might change in a few ways for both invaders and bankers. Go for the largest blockers to start. Stagger large and small blockers to keep your opponents on their toes. Invade immediately when the opposing team banks it up. So this is the nice thing. The other team will not be able to invade you until you bank enough. So you give them their invade. So in theory, it would honestly be optimal for you to bank up 60 and go straight for like a really painful blocker. And then maybe while they're working on all 4 of your blockers, unless they're just good at nuking them down, you could work on getting more. Yes, they could invade, but yeah, you have very low risk of your moats in that initial part until you dunk. It is honestly interesting. I'm curious how it feels. Strategies might change in a few ways for both invaders and blockers. Go for the largest blockers to start. Stagger large and small. Keep your opponents on their toes. Or if you could dunk, like, in theory, you would want to dunk once, and that's it. Because then once you go past, then you'd summon the Primeval, and then you're just back to normal. Still curious, but yeah, there will be an interesting choice when you choose to do that first dunk. Gambit reputation will also be doubled, so if you are looking to play a lot of Gambit, which more power to you if you are one of those crazy people. Not crazy, but honestly, Gambit is just not something that excites me right now. Some people do thoroughly enjoy it, so if you do, that is up to you. Trials Freelance. This is what I'm looking forward to on the 8th. Freelance will return. Solo players only. I know freelance, right now you can go in as a solo player, but sometimes you're paired against everybody solo. Sometimes you're paired against a 3-stack, and that just hurts my soul, because when I walk in and then I see a 3-stack against me, 99% of the time, I'm going to lose. Just because they're coordinated, they're communicating, and they're playing as a team against 3 people who aren't talking at all, much less know each other or work together. So, freelance, everybody's on that level playing field. I tend to go about 50-50. You win some, you lose some. Sometimes the god tier player's on your team. Sometimes the god tier player's on the other team. But at least I don't know that as the match starts, and I feel like it's a bit more of a fight. I enjoy freelance. I wish it was permanent, but again, we'll get there. This will offer an additional matchmaking node in the Crucible Director. Make sure you look for the little node. Grab your desired passage from the tower in State 14. Maximize your power. As always, we'll be watching player feedback through the week. Whether you hit Grandmasters, Gambit Labs, Trials, Freelance, we'll be looking forward to it. So yeah, Grandmasters, I don't know if I really want to do those. I might see if anybody's up for 1 or 2. I know some people want to run some, but honestly, Trials, Freelance, as a solo player, that's actually a good one. Another hot fix is in the pipe. So every week, so like for almost weekly, we have had a patch on Tuesday. That's why we also haven't been holding Xur hostage much in a while, because we can't. Servers are brought offline, little hotfix rolled out, and then we get a new one. Sorry, PlayStation players, you guys have been doing that a lot. Got account security, known issues. This list seems bigger than last week. When attempting to import friends from other platforms for Bungie friends, some platforms display an error. Reckless endangerment can't be reacquired from the collections after dismantling it. Don't dismantle that for now. The renewal grasp's damage buff doesn't always work inside a Duskfield grenade area of effect. That's actually going to be annoying if it doesn't always work. That should probably get fixed. Shadows sometimes disappear when entering new areas on Series X and PS5. That's just a tech issue. The Nemosen lore book for completing the Altar of Reflection activities won't unlock the last 2 lore pages. That's a little annoying. Eyes of Tomorrow rockets can sometimes stay in front of players instead of launching, exploding in front of them. That actually sounds like almost an April Fool's joke. Yikes. The Lucent Executioners are not rotating daily and have been stuck in the Fluorescent Canal. Oh. Okay. If that's a known issue, if they're there every day, then I guess you know where to look for them. The Memory Alembic quest doesn't give refined Qualicore when completing it after the first week. Awesome. I've done that quest. I haven't turned them in, but apparently it's kind of stuck and you're not going to get more. Legend Psyops Battlegrounds does not advertise matchmaking off. It should be on. I'm sorry, but that should just be on. Legend Psyops Battlegrounds has no purpose except to do a couple seasonal challenges. I've debated on making a video over this. If you guys want to hear my entire thoughts about it, comment below. But that is a rant that I've literally got pent up right now, and I'm waiting to let it loose. And at some point, that might be a video. If you want to see it, I'll do it soon. So see. Combatants sometimes don't spawn after entering the Dark Forest area in the EDZ Psyops Battlegrounds, if players use sparrows to quickly enter the portal. It's recommended not to rush through the portal so the combatants can spawn in. Don't go too fast. The report Alter Reflect quest can become blocked, though the report Alter Reflect can become blocked if players are not on the correct step. Join other players on another step of the quest. Watch joining other players if you're doing those report steps. Try and knock that stuff out on your own. Seems to be the current work. We've got some videos, which I can't watch on this. You've got some art, which always looks fantastic. Cap those zones. Is Iron Banner coming back? Nope, zone capture. What are your plans for the weekend? I was running through my chores list yesterday, slightly groaning at the notion of trimming trees, sweeping pine needles. Depends on where you live. We all probably have to do some yard work. Well, some of that is tedious. We'll be meeting... we have our first Trials Labs of the season coming tomorrow. Well, April 1st. I have no idea when you're reading this, so might be specific. Wait. Oh, Zone Capture's doing tomorrow for Trials. Zone Capture's making a return alongside some double Trials Reputation. Trials Reputation is good to actually work through your resets and work on getting some of those. For when the static rolls that they've had, I hear can be good. I don't know if they're static, but for each person, they can be good. And then also... we've got double trials for all those engrams. Again, get those alacrity weapons as a solo player. No major tweaks to the mode, just a fun spin to push players out of cover. I do like the fact that you're going to have a point in somewhere in the middle of the map that's going to basically force you to move and approach a certain area. So it is, I don't mind that one specifically. It's not quite so bad. I'll be likely rolling solo a bit for prep for freelance, so feel free to throw me an emote if we match up. Other than that, that's basically the squad. Yeah, nothing too crazy. Looks like this is, and as you guys can see, we got Trials Freelance, we got Gambit, we got Grandmasters. That's kind of where we are for the season. You've got Unbroken, that is news. Also Season 19 for Crucible. Seems like that's when that is going to get some update. But yep, make sure you've got your emails registered this week. Go in there, get your notifications, get all of that stuff set up. And then a following week from now, you're going to have the polls open to either vote for Mechs or Monsters. It's up to you guys what you want. I will probably have to vote Mechs, just if nothing else, make sure my brother gets this armor set in the game. But that is it for the TWAB for March 31st. If you guys are watching this on my YouTube channel, tonight, the Last Word Podcast, we'll be discussing this and quite a bit of stuff. We got a little variety chat probably tonight. Games delayed, PlayStation doing some things, Bungie striking back, all that fun stuff tonight on the podcast. 7 p.m. right here on YouTube, so come hang out or watch it later or listen to it on audio. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the alert bell so you guys know when I am posting new stuff here. Find me on Twitter or find me on Twitch. I'm playing a lot of Elden Ring right now, and I'm loving it. So I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.